Hello everybody and welcome to Planet Coaster 2. The fine folks over at Frontier Developments were able to give me a copy of this game early, so we're going to go ahead and take a dive into it, see what career mode's all about, and see how far we can get. Also, if you want to watch this without my commentary, I've uploaded another version of the video. Should be a link on screen right now, or down in the video description. So if you want to watch the gameplay without me spoiling it with my commentary and voiceover, you got that option. First drop, keys to the coaster. Go ahead and check it out. It's a great big planet with potential parks out there, but you'll need to go through Coaster Coast's introduction first. Oh, induction, I should say. Very similar loading screen to the original Planet Coaster. I like that a lot. Also, if you're liking the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. It really does help out the channel.
Why, hello there.
Hi.
I'm glad you could make it. I'm Oswald B. Thompson, the CEO of Coaster Coast.
Oh, Oswald, I didn't realize we had a guest. I'm terribly sorry. It didn't come up on my schedule.
Hi.
Not to worry, Eugene. This is the person I was telling you about. You're looking at the successor of Coaster Coast. Well, providing everything goes smoothly, of course. I can't just hand him the keys to the kingdom now, can I,
Goodness, I do apologize. I've just checked my roster, and there you are, right between King Coaster and Queen Splash. Not quite sure how I managed to royally mess that up, but never mind. You're accounted for now.
Marvellous! Well, with that sorted, I think it's about time Eugene, our brilliant ride engineer, and I showed you the ropes. Consider this your official induction.
All those shots were so gorgeous and pretty. Keys to the coaster. It's a great big planet of potential parks out there, but you'll need to go through Coaster Coast induction first. That's the same thing that I just read earlier, so
we
we'll
have
just go
a
ahead and
checklist
continue
of
that.
objectives from HR that we need to go through. I know. But it's been company policy ever since one of our interns didn't know how to move around. We left them to it, only to find them in the same spot 3 days later. Oh, that won't be you, though. Let's try moving the camera around the park now.
Okay, so it's basic tutorial stuff. Zoom on in. Ooh, look at that.
I've got something that I think you'll enjoy. It's time to build your first ride. I'll hand you over to Eugene. He won Ride Engineer of the Year in 2016, so you're in good hands.
8
I
years
took
ago.
the liberty of getting a ride ready for you to build. All you need to do is find a place to put it.
All right, play some Teacups ride. Found it. Build it. Boom.
Splendid! Our guests will need a way to access the ride, so let's add an entrance gate. And with every entrance, we need... That's right, an exit gate. You will
Very
need
familiar to
connect
the
a
original
queue
Planet
path
Coaster
to the
so far.
ride entrance. Without one, guests will not be able to access the ride.
I want to try and
We
get
obviously
this
won't need queues for guests
kind of like
leaving the
matching the
ride.
curve.
Could you imagine? So you'll need to make sure you're connecting a standard park path to the exit gate.
Not quite perfect, but it'll do. Oh, what happened there? What's going on? Oh, I'm not used to this new path tool. How do I remove it? Not right click. Where's the bulldoze tool? Oh, select. Okay. Oh, now it took up that path. Hold on. Oh boy. Nope. Too big. And just like, nope. Maybe a square. Just plop it right in. Oh, and that's the wrong texture. Oh boy. Okay, off to a good start. Copy that texture, and boom, fixed. Like it never happened. Ignore that dent. Just ignore it. It's fine. Everything's great. I'm sure I'll get used to this pathing tool. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty flexible, but there might be some quirks we gotta work through.
And that's it. That's all the steps for building a ride. If you do need a handy little way to remember those steps, I used to remember it as BEEP. Building, entrance, exit, path. Oh, and don't forget to open the ride. Actually, that would make it Beep-O, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Beep-O.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
And just to let you all know, I'll be streaming this
It's
game
also
over on
worth noting that our guests will have to pay for
twitch.tv/crispytatertodabunch.
tickets
So
to
head on over
enjoy
there
the ride
if you want to see
with
some
us.
more
We control how much we charge, though.
sandbox
So
gameplay,
let's
but we're just going to be going
encourage
through
guests to
the
ride our latest
the,
attraction by setting the ticket price
tutorial
to
and
bargain for now.
campaign here on YouTube. Ooh, like preset ticket prices.
We can always
Interesting.
increase the price later. As I like to say, when you achieve popularity, charge premium for prosperity. But one step at a time, eh? For now, a very well done and a shiny medal earned. That's your first ride built, and I'm sure it'll be the first of many.
Keys to the coaster. Bronze objectives completed. Look at that.
The addition of a new ride will have given a slight boost to our park rating.
Check check park rating details. Park options, park rating.
Multiple different factors contribute to this rating, so you'll want to pay attention to the park rating overview.
I wonder if I can click the
Better the rating,
stars
the more guests will visit.
just down there at the bottom.
While driving
Instead of
the guest
having to
count
go
up
navigate
is
through all
good,
that.
we need to make sure the guests also remain happy while they're visiting. As you can see, we've just received a report that not all of the guests are enjoying themselves.
No.
It seems some are rather thirsty.
Oh, okay.
To avoid this in the future, it's handy to keep checking on the Guest Needs tab. If things start dropping too low, you should step in and solve the issue before guests decide to leave.
Let's start by quenching any thirst amongst our guests with a new drink shop.
This is very basic tutorial stuff, which I guess is okay for people that have not played this series before. But this is all very familiar. I mean, even obviously the franchise names are the same here. Love some Gulpy. And let's go ahead and open it up. Boom.
Brilliant! Now, the guests will need somewhere to relieve themselves after all that intake. Why not build a toilet nearby? We wouldn't want our guests walking around with crossed legs now, would we? That isn't good for anyone's posture.
Get lined up so that it's spaced well and doesn't clip with that flag. There we go. That should work. Love the precision tools we have with that axis
Speaking
kind
of
of
walking,
on-screen
guests will
pop-up.
get tired pretty quickly and their energy will drop if they don't have a place to sit. We should make sure there are plenty of benches available.
Interesting
Think of
that I
them
have
as
to click on like
Plankonian
build
recharging
custom
stations.
to put
They're even
benches
wireless.
down. I feel like the build custom should be first.
Amazing work! The guests
And if
will
you
be
want
a lot
blueprints,
happier
then you
now.
click on blueprints.
However, it does
Interesting
come at a
default
price.
choice.
More food and drink in the park also means more waste.
Exactly. So it's important we have enough bins for people to properly dispose of their waste.
And number 3.
Fantastic!
Oh, we're
That'll
so
keep
good
the
at
park
this.
looking cleaner. We shouldn't stop there, though.
Look at the line
Let's make the park
with the
look
teacups.
even better by adding some scenery around the ride you built. That way, guests can enjoy the view while they queue.
Fun fact, I cannot ride teacups rides or anything that spins at an amusement park. It makes me sick. One time I was riding those swings that just go in a circle and raise you up a little bit, and as soon as I got off the ride, I threw up, and some kids that were like 10 years old were laughing at me, and the ride attendant didn't know what to do because they had like never seen someone throw up from that ride before. It was embarrassing. They got me some water though. Everything was okay, but I cannot ride spinny rides like that. Roller coasters, inversions, totally fine, no problem. But I cannot do anything just spins for like no reason. Even if it's just like mildly weird. Anyway, doing some symmetry here with these little like
I think that's
horse
everything checked
Pegasus
off the
things. I'm not
sequence.
exactly sure what they
Well
are.
done.
Silver objectives completed with 1,500 guests in the park.
Wow, the park is looking great. I can see why Oswald picked you.
Okay,
You're
this
a
stuff's going to be
natural.
new because power
Now,
and water.
if we're to keep adding more
are
rides
new.
or facilities, they need to be connected to the power grid. Select an existing generator to view its info panel and see how much electricity it's producing. As you can see, the generator is powering a network that covers the area filled with rides and facilities. Let's expand that network to cover an open area.
Very
of the
messy
park.
network.
To do that, place and connect the additional power facility to the grid.
So to be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about this edition of the game. But the fact that we can turn it
Nicely
off, and I
done.
checked, we can turn it off in
It's all
settings.
running very smoothly indeed. But to keep the generators
That's a good thing.
maintained and working, you
At least
must
for,
hire
sandbox games, I
mechanics.
mean.
Without them, the generators will start gaining a condition penalty, which will decrease the power output. Oh, it seems we don't actually have any mechanics hired. Well, that won't do. Let's hire a few straight away. It may seem excessive, but they're essential when it comes to the maintenance of rides and facilities.
We'll get 2 mechanics there, which is
Uh-oh.
great because
I
I
must
just
have jinxed it.
he's talking about it
We've
right
had
now.
a ride break down. Good job we have those mechanics to go and nurse it back to health.
Yeah, what a
An
coincidence.
available mechanic will automatically be assigned to fix a broken ride. However, if one is not available, you will have to select the Call Mechanic button to reassign somebody to the job. Be careful though, as reassigning a staff member might mean you no longer have coverage elsewhere.
Hiring staff is just the beginning, though. You also need to pay attention to staff morale. If it gets too low, staff will start to quit their jobs. Breaks are absolutely essential when it comes to keeping staff morale up. And just like guests, our staff need a place to re-energize. To make all of their tired little dreams come true, you should place a staff building. Admittedly, they're not the most glamorous of buildings. So, I'd advise you to place your staff building away from the guest areas, wherever possible. After all, we don't want to bring down that scenery rating that you worked so hard to build up.
Okay, so I don't want to talk over that guy, but basically I just wanted to also say I do like the ability to have the power earlier because any kind of management that's like useful for a
Great!
management style
Now
game.
the park staff have somewhere to go on their breaks and enjoy some peace and quiet. We just need to ensure our inquisitive guests don't go waltzing on in there for the free coffee, claiming to be lost.
It's really nice to
Best
have that
way
kind
to
of stuff.
avoid
Oh
this
my goodness, can I
is
not
by
talk?
connecting an exclusive staff-only path to the building. Guests won't dare step foot on those tiles.
Any kind of meaningful management like that
We'll
is
need
really
to
nice.
build a mechanic workshop. Here, mechanics will generate research points that are used to unlock new items for your park.
So these staff rooms are going to give us the ability to manage our staff better too. So I like, obviously we could have staff zones, which has been a thing in the previous games, but I believe in this game now, we have the ability to have schedules so that we can have staff member A, you know, take shift A, they take a break, and then staff member B goes to shift B. Again, kind of having some problems with this path. It's like a little wonky, but maybe I just don't understand it, or maybe I'm trying to see. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I'm just trying to use it like in the old way, and it's just not working. Let's see if we can just draw a fix here. I just want to fill that in. No, not really. I've got to be missing something.
Let's leave the mechanic to it for now. We'll revisit this soon.
Oh, what an exquisite sight. I think I need a moment.
It's going to be okay, Eugene.
Get some every time.
Gold objectives completed with 2,000 guests in the park. That's a lot of guests.
Ah, just in time. Our mechanic has earned enough research points to unlock something exciting. Let's take a look at the research tree and aim to unlock the coaster pack. It'll bring a tear to Eugene's eye.
Okay, so we've got research in the game. Ooh. Chain lift coasters. So it unlocks some blueprints and then 3 coaster types.
Oswald, is that the one I was designing?
The very same, lad. I was just about to make a start on it. But I tell you what, why don't you walk our new friend through it?
It would be my pleasure. Now, this is just a little something I made earlier. First things first, you'll need to select the blueprint.
Okay, so we're building a blueprint for a
Good.
coaster.
And place the coaster down
Again,
wherever there is enough space.
It has the blueprints out first instead of the custom rides first, which is just strange to me. But maybe I'm misunderstanding it.
One
That's okay.
important note here is that, unlike flat rides, coasters need to...
That makes
While
sense.
we wait for the test to finish, let's take the opportunity to add some scenery around the coaster.
Okay, let's add some scenery, and while we do that, I'll kind of talk a little bit. So another thing that was interesting is that the research points there, those aren't park specific. That's campaign specific. So if you've ever played a game like 2 Point Hospital or 2 Point Campus, you'll know when you do research in one level, it carries over to your other levels. So to your other parks in this game, which is interesting. So like you could theoretically grind out research points at one park and then have everything unlocked in the next one, it seems, which I like a lot, because having to unlock each type of coaster or each type of facility at each park doesn't really make sense. So the way that they did this in Planet Coaster 2, I like that a lot. So we're kind of going with a mythology theme here, and I'm trying not to get it to clip through that track there. We need to add one more thing. Can we get this coaster to go through there? No, that's too small. What else can we add? A little bit of a, what? Is that like a lighthouse? Maybe just a statue kind of thing. Kind of looks like a lighthouse. We'll just add it over here just to satisfy the tutorial. Kind of get the idea. Oh, we need to add scenery.
And remember to open the ride like you did earlier on.
Okay, then I'll just open it up. I do like that the paths and the entrance are part of the blueprint. That's really nice.
Beauty. Terrific work, you two. This is a coaster that truly deserves a place in the spotlight. So, how about we put together an advertisement to mark the occasion? Head to the advertising tab in the park management menu and let's show the world what the park has to offer. There aren't different audiences to cater for, however, so it's worth considering which advertisement will bring the most guests
Is that how
to
you
your park.
say advertisement? Or does this guy just have like a rich snobby accent? I don't really know. Let me know in the comments. Coaster lovers, create advertisement. Cost per hour 0. Oh, now it's 1,000. Okay, so that must have been a bug? Or maybe it's set to 0 for the tutorial and I just ruined that?
While we wait for our campaign to start bringing in more guests, why don't you try out the ride camera and experience all the exhilaration the coaster will have to offer firsthand?
I'm hoping that maybe we can get a mod in this game to add like VR support for riding the coasters. I enjoy that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not holding my breath with the DRM this game uses. It makes it pretty locked down, and mods are pretty much not possible from my understanding. But that's okay. I wish we had the ability to like repaint the coaster, and maybe we do. I've just not seen it yet. But you can kind of see how the paint is starting to wear where the wheels go. I wish we could like schedule like a repainting or something. There we go. Look at that. Nice and smooth. I wish that footnotes button would go away at the very top center. Hidden all the other UI, but that doesn't want to go away. Oh wow, that was very sudden into the station there. Okay, very cool.
How was that?
Very fun,
Enough for the time
Oswald.
being? Thank you again for all your hard work. Coaster Coast is going to be in the best of hands, I can tell.
Oswald, you're not...
I'm not going anywhere just yet, Eugene. Don't panic. We're just getting started. Dipping our toes in the... Actually, hold that thought. I've got just the job lined up for you. I'll send you the details.
Oh, I
See
wonder
you
if
soon.
it's, you know, the water park thing. Platinum objectives completed with 2,100, 800, or 80, 2,180 guests in the park. Okay, so I guess that completes the tutorial part 1. I believe there is going to be a prologue for the water park aspect of this game, which I'm very excited about. So, if you don't see that video on YouTube right now, or if you don't see it on screen right now, it'll be coming up very soon. Thank you very much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Again, thank you to Frontier for giving me some early access to this game to show you all what this is going to be like. And if you haven't already, follow me over on Twitch. Link is down below in the description. We'll be streaming this game live and having a good old time. So, thanks again for watching. Have a great day.